Hey there. I don't know your name yet, but I know how you feel. I know what it's like to stare at the clock at 2 p.m. and feel like the weight of the world is pressing down on your chest. You're tired, but you keep going. You're burnt out, but you smile anyways. You're showing up for everyone else, but inside, you're wondering, how long can you keep this up? If that sounds familiar, stick with me for the next few minutes, because what I'm about to share with you might just change the course of your life. Success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. That's what Winston Churchill said. That quote used to frustrate me because I was enthusiastic. I was trying. I just felt like I was running in one place, working harder every year and somehow falling further behind. Let me tell you a little bit about my journey. I was working long hours, and from the outside, it looked like I had it all together. But inside, I was exhausted. I felt like I was missing out on life, missing time with my wife, missing memories, missing the freedom I always thought I'd have one day. The scary part, I thought this was just how life was. That's what we do, right? We work, we hustle, we pay the bills, and we repeat it. But then I had this one moment. I remember needing to get $20 out of the bank machine. In order to do that, I had to go into my phone and transfer money between two accounts, just so I could take out a lousy $20. That moment led me to ask a different question. What if this isn't the only way? I started looking for something different. Not some magic pill, not a get-rich-quick scheme, but a real system that could give me my time back. Now, that was 17 years ago. I was fortunate enough to find an incredible online business that allowed me to change my life. Now, I have tried over 25 different online businesses in that time. The problem was that I was always on the phone or on the computer working my business. I wasn't getting the true freedom I was looking for. And then, I was getting ready to go back to a job when I received an email from one of my mentors. And that's when I discovered the digital world, an online system, a business I could run from anywhere with just 2 hours a day, something real, something automated, something scalable, and more importantly, something I didn't have to build from scratch. Now, let me be honest. I was skeptical. I had been burnt before, but something about it felt different. And that is when everything changed. Fast forward today, and my life is totally unrecognizable. I get to have breakfast with my wife every morning. I choose when I want to work. I choose where I want to work. There's no more checking my bank account before filling up the gas tank. No more missed moments. That's really important to me. Instead of stressing about my future, I'm building it, and I'm helping others do the same thing. The future depends on what you do today. And that's the key, what you do today. Because let's be real, if nothing changes, then nothing changes. And you know that, you feel that. So here's what I want you to know. You don't need to be tech savvy. You don't need a huge social media following. And you don't need to do cold calls. You don't need to bother friends and family with this. And another nice thing is you really don't need to spend a lot of time online. Like I said, only 2 hours. But here's what you do need. You need to make a decision. You need a system in place. You need a blueprint that you can follow and someone to guide you. And that's what I found. And I want to offer the same path to you. When you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done before. Thomas Jefferson said that, and it makes so much sense. So here's what I want you to do. If you're even thinking this might be for you, I want you to click the link in my bio, and I want you to take the next step. Because staying stuck, that costs you everything. It costs you your energy, it costs you your time, and most importantly, it costs you your peace. But saying yes to something new, that could give you everything. This could give you your freedom, your time back, your family, your legacy. You're not here by accident. So ask yourself, what if this is the moment your life starts to change? Now, do me a favor, click the link in my bio, put your email in, and watch the videos. And I'll see you on the inside.